You see me? As you see me so, me I go yarn, me I go speak my mind, me I go yarn. Them things say we blind, make we yarn.
Welcome everyone to My View Africa. I'm your host, Bruno Orisakwe. Following up with the recent development about the £3,000 bond that Nigerians, some African and Asian countries have to deposit for first-time visitors' entrance into the United Kingdom. Honorable San Mba was on Channels TV giving his own opinion about the whole situation. You guys watch it and I'll give you my take on it afterwards.
Joins us this morning, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Continuing our focus on this UK £3,000 visa bond that those who are seeking for this 6-month visa, first-timers, may have to pay this bond. But there are reports now that that policy may just have been halted by the UK's Prime Minister. But thank you for joining us today. But when you heard this policy, what came to your mind? Because there are those who think, look, this didn't just happen. Who knows? They might be reacting to something. One action might have informed this decision. What do you think of this policy?
I guess that the British government is doing what they think they should do, and we are reacting the way we think we should react. I do not think that it is proper for such discriminatory instructions to be given against Nigeria and some other nations, particularly Nigeria. I do not think it was proper, but most unfair. And Nigerians, I think, are reacting properly to it. I do not see how, because you want to visit another country, you have to deposit that sum of money that can be forfeited at the discretion of the other side. It's most unfair. If they don't want Nigerians in Britain, they should say so openly and clearly. They haven't said so. I'm happy that the British government is reacting positively to our reaction to that negative action of theirs. But all the same, we just have to think about why we're exposed to this type of thing by countries. Because we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe in what we have. We don't want to improve on ourselves. I know that in the 70s and the 80s, they were begging us to come there. But we messed up our own country. And we want to go to other people's country. That's why they're treating us like rats. It's very unfortunate. They were not rats, so we have to stand up and say no to it because they need us as much as we need them.
Yeah, but so far, I mean, some will suggest that it's not the first time this kind of thing is going on. Right? And so we need to take concrete steps ourselves here so that we'll just send messages that they need to take us a lot more seriously. But looking at the way we have handled this, not just this one, previous ill treatments from other countries against Nigerians, do you think that we actually have done enough, or are we even doing anything whatsoever to see that some of these things are addressed, if not holistically?
The regret is we're not addressing the areas that will make them stop. Because what will make them stop is to make our own country better for us to stay in it. We have universities, but we have allowed them to deteriorate. We believe in individual development instead of societal development. It is this absence of societal development that's making our society very uncomfortable for us, so that we go to the country where people believe in societal development. We have to hold a meeting with ourselves and raise up our heads in pride and do much better than we are doing. This individual local government system we have in Nigeria cannot help Nigeria or Nigerians, because not everybody that can become an individual local government as we have in this country. Look at our own universities. We now prefer universities in Ghana, South Africa, and some of these other countries. It's a shame on Nigeria, and we're doing nothing to change the situation. Instead of getting the ones who have properly equipped, we are creating more and putting more low-grade institutions into the ones that are being dilapidated. I don't think we're doing anything good to ourselves. We have to improve on our current economy by self-sacrifice. forbearance by people in the interest of all. The idea that once anybody has an opportunity to serve this nation, it becomes an opportunity to make it best for himself and his family. It cannot help anybody. It cannot even help the people. Because let me tell you something. If in the midst of gloomy faces you are smiling, then a psychiatrist might be called in. But that's a sign of insanity. So if somebody knows that in the society around him, things are not in order, he believes in acquiring for self all the time, developing self all the time, he'll end up looking odd, and that society is going to reject that person. So this is the position we are in. We have to do something about it. Whenever we are given an assignment, let us think about posterity. Sacrifice today for tomorrow. That is all that can get us out of this situation. We have it now. We didn't have it before. And we can only prevent it in the future by thinking about it now as we are doing. And everybody, not just government, everybody should take a personal decision not to be part of what is making Nigeria rejected by international community. I think we can do better. We must do better. We should do better.
Quickly now, I would like to run through some of the comments of our viewers. You know, the matter had been on since about the day before yesterday, but we got some mails yesterday. Asimi Olarewaju says that much as I appreciate that the UK new visa policy is discriminatory and unfair, he thinks it's a good measure to discourage the mad desire of Nigerians always willing to go to, other countries, leaving Nigeria undeveloped. Do you agree with him that this could actually discourage Nigerians, since some people say that, all the talk we have been saying that it's not exactly greener over there hasn't worked?
I agree with him absolutely. Because it is perhaps an idea to discourage our coming to Nigeria, to Britain. And we should discourage ourselves at home here. That is what I think should happen. We should discourage ourselves here by making this place much better and not thinking that that place is Eldorado. Let me tell you this. The type of effort our people make when they go out there, if they were to invest half of that effort in Nigeria, they will do much better. But while they are prepared to invest their time and life, do 2 jobs a day, sleep only 2 hours or even none at all, to make the foreign currency. Here in Nigeria, they run away from their offices at 1 o'clock when the closing time is 4. This is the thing. It's personal attitude that has developed over a period, and we must reorientate our people into believing that no place can accommodate us better than this place. This is the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. So this, I agree with you absolutely.
Well,
they are thinking about discouraging us from coming here, but they're not doing it the right way.
Another viewer, this one is from Clement. He says that he thinks we should be pragmatic. He says that he doesn't believe that we're addressing the issue exactly. That the issue here is Nigerians' abuse of, the visa they have been granted. Most people overstay. Sometimes they never get to see them again. And then they create a problem over there. Is there any way you think that the Nigerian government can cooperate with the UK government on the abuse of visa that has been issued to some Nigerians and address the issue of abuse generally?
Well, that abuse is on British law or regulation. And they should deal with individuals and not throw in a blanket punishment on even people who have not come at all. I have been going to Britain. I've not abused their visa. I know many people have been going to Britain. They've not abused their visa. Why should they, because of those people who have done so, now punish those who do not even intend to do so and who will never do so? Let them deal with those who have broken their laws. The Nigerians will intervene the way they can to help them and will already their punishment. But to now impose a punishment on Nigeria because of what an individual did, which they have not been able to address in their country, is unacceptable to me.
But have you also heard, because some suggest that if you look at the countries that were chosen for this, some of them actually opposed certain policies from the UK when they had told these countries to legislate upon certain things, and they blatantly refused it. Would you, in any way, does that conspiracy theory make any sense, or should it just be disregarded?
I believe that this is an extension of the warning we received from them a few weeks ago, a few days ago, on some legislation passed by the National Assembly. And I want to say that we have no apologies to anybody for any law we make in Nigeria. We don't ask them what law they make in their own country. They cannot ask us what law we make in our own country. We have made our laws consistent with our cultural attitude, our cultural disposition, and what is current religiously and ethnically in this country. What is unacceptable to the people of Nigeria. If we legislate in accordance with that, let them go and legislate in what is consistent with their own country. They should not use it to disturb innocent people who are moving around. I don't think it's right. It's not proper.
This also...
They need us and we need them. No country can be an island, no matter how successful you think you are.
Some also suggest that we should take it one step further. Come up with policies, deliberate policies to protect our economy, because countries all over the world are doing it. And when those policies are there, we should also implement strictly some of these policies, because they suggest that we mouth some of these policies, because look at the expatriate quota, job protection, growth and opportunities. We don't seem to pay attention to all of these. Do you think that we should have a second look at some of these policies, such that it will first and foremost favor local content development?
That's exactly what I was saying earlier, that we have to come home and make our home better. It is absence of job in this place that makes people go to look for jobs. There's also the element of greed. They don't want the jobs in Nigeria, they want the jobs in London. You see, this is the problem. But we have absence of jobs here. And migration is a natural tendency of any living species. Even the best migrate when there's no more food where they are. They move to where they can survive. This is what is happening to us here. Nobody's sure he can survive in Nigeria anymore, and so they want to go out. But I want to tell them that does not solve the problem. It is still there. And those in government, in any form, legislature, executive, judiciary, all of the above, must do something to make this place more conducive for people to survive. That is the problem. But until then, we also have to have our pride. Yes, we have to have our pride. Since they come here for investment and we go there for employment, they need investment and we need employment. So there should be reciprocity. And if they stop our coming there and we stop their going there, well, it becomes what the Molu man says, do me or do you, God no go vex. That is international diplomacy for you. The word man and the boss makes it that easy. So that I don't want us to go to that. There should no quarrel between Britain and Nigeria over this. I think good sense should be right.
Did we put ourselves?
Well, everyone, you've heard the Honorable San, and I totally agree with everything he just said. Everything. But I just want to put this to it. If this law goes through, let me tell you the kind of people, the class of people this will affect. This will affect business people that come to the UK to buy stuff for their shops back home in Nigeria to sell. This will also affect people who have families and friends in the UK that come here to visit them, because now they have to put a £3,000 bond before they even leave the country. This will also affect holiday makers, holiday goers. So it's really, really, really annoying if you check the implications to this law, if this law actually goes through. So, well, that's just me. That's just my take. It's really painful. It's really annoying. Well, I don't really blame the UK government. They're a sovereign state. They have the right to pass whatever law they feel due for their people, the same way that Nigeria has their own right to do whatever they want to do too. So, I think we'll follow up this story and see how it goes. If the law is actually passed, and what will do Nigeria about this? So, I think it's a developing story. Where that everyone is on it, everyone is watching, everyone is see how we end, how will the story end. So it's crazy, but it's sad at the same time. So you guys, this is just how I feel. You let me know. Leave your comments below. Let's talk. Follow me on Twitter at MyViewAfrica. Like my Facebook page. Please subscribe to this channel. Stay safe.
No be small thing. No be small thing. No be small thing. I say no be small thing. No be small thing. No be small thing.